Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between our visitors and the Buffalo Bills. This one fielded at the 5. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line.
Let's go.
Top 10.
49. I got you, son.
61. Matchbox light.
They go play action here on first down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. A bad start there. A big loss on their first play from scrimmage. It's second down. That's called setting the tone right away.
It certainly is, and it lets you know just how important communication is amongst the offensive line. They talk about it all the time, knowing each other's moves. You've got to be coordinated and in sync. Otherwise, your quarterback gets hit.
They get 5 yards on the run there. Still left staring at a third and about 14.
Third and 14.
Alert!
Danny. 57.
Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen. Looking for his running back, and he's got him. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Give him 18 on that one as the Bills are going to have a first down.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
On first down, Edwards. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Excellent effort defensively by him. 2 tackles for a loss last week, now 1 here in the first quarter.
He's an absolute disruptor, isn't he? And I think most offenses would love to go against guys who just want to hold the point of attack and try and keep things clean for their linebackers. But when they make those moves and they can get upfield, past the offensive line into the backfield, that's hard to handle.
Not today.
On second down, it's Griffin. And the hole closes quickly there. He gets maybe a couple up to the 38.
I think that's the type of run we'll continue to see throughout this game. The snow coming down, I don't expect a lot of big plays to be broken.
An extra cornerback now in the game for the Chargers here on third. So the shotgun snap to Allen. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. And he's going to be stopped here at the 43, and that is not near enough to pick up the first.
And the big guy catches the ball out of the backfield, and oftentimes that's quite a surprise to the guys playing defense because not ordinarily thought as a pass catcher, it often works when they decide to dial it up.
On fourth down on is Corey Bojorquez to punt. Travis Benjamin deep for the Chargers. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket.
The Chargers first and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Ready? 30 base.
Mike 50, huh? You run. Hey, alert.
Ready?
They'll run. This is Melvin Gordon. Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Let's go, D.
A give to the brother of J.J. This is Derek Watt. And a short gain there as he'll get it up only to about the 24. Only gets 3 yards there on the heels of the 1-yard pickup. Sets up 3rd and 6.
Mike's 50.
Watch the run.
On 3rd down, Harrison. Allen's got it complete. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game, but it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go and make the tackle right away.
And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. Taken in at the 22. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And the Bills will take over the football with a 1st and 10. That will get our first update of the afternoon from the Meadowlands. And the 49ers are out to the early lead. We'll keep you updated on that one as it progresses. They'll run with Edwards here to begin the drive. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
Round 80!
On 2nd down now. It's Edwards. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. An extra defensive back on the field for the Chargers now on 3rd down.
What's that?
57 is the mic. 57.
Devin Singletary with his first carry of the game. And he can only manage to take this thing to the 38, well shy of the 1st down. That'll be good for 6, but now it's 4th down.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. And that is much too long. That's into the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 20-yard line.
Ready.
The Charger drive about to get going. And the last drive, their first drive, 3 and out. What changes here, if anything?
I think it's making sure the guys that you trust the most with the ball, the biggest playmakers you have, that they touch it on this possession to try and get things moving.
So get it to the horses.
Without a doubt. They're the ones that typically end up in the end zone.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. 2nd and 11. It's his running back, Melvin Gordon. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down. The last catch nearly got him a first, but it did not, and they'll try to convert on 3rd and inches. They'll try and run it. Here's Gordon. And he's going to have the 1st down at about the 38. It goes as a gain of 8, and it moves the chains.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it could be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
Get off the field. Let's get off.
Get it.
Throwing on 1st down. Harrison. And that will be incomplete. They couldn't hook up on what's going to be the final play of this first quarter. We're scoreless after 1. They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10.
Here we go.
Shoot.
Gordon. And he's going to be stopped up quickly here. Just a yard up to the 39.
Some of these play calls, I think they're a little conservative, but you know me, because it's easy to sit up in this booth, right, and make all the calls and think I'm going to be correct. But I would like to see them open things up, because otherwise this defense is just going to gang up on the run and shut them down.
High 7.
14, Mike 14. 14. Mike 14.
Deep rip.
To throw on 3rd down. Harrison gets it to Benjamin. It's caught. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. It'll go as a gain of 11 and a Charger first.
Nice catch right there. Brings to mind the sentence, when in doubt, find your veterans.
Here we go.
I used to laugh back in the day when they would call guys like him crafty veterans. You get up in your 30s, you're still playing receiver, but you're around that long at that position, you're doing something right.
Just remember this, when he was young, he thought the crafty veteran was simply a guy who couldn't run anymore. Now he
Dashing through the snow and all the way in for a Charger touchdown. Melvin Gordon with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year, as his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon. Michael Badgley on for the extra point. And the Chargers grab the 7-0 lead.
Makes the score. Chargers 7, Bills 0.
Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. So, Charles, the season winding down, the playoffs obviously not in their futures. They look ahead to the offseason. What spots do they maybe need to fill?
Well, I think that they like the guy who's calling the plays and throwing the ball. I think that he's a pretty good player. Needs some help, I think, on the perimeter, though. Help him out with receivers, because I think if he gets an upgrade there, his play gets that much better, too.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Man, I got you. Man, I got you.
They'll go back to Edwards on 1st down. Desmond King making the tackle.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up, because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On 2nd and 9. Allen nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Joey Bosa in there for sack number 22 on the year. And, folks, that's just a half sack shy now of Michael Strahan's record of 22.5 set in 2001. So after the sack, Allen and the Bills with work to do on 3rd and long. Throwing is Allen on 3rd. Oh, he may have gotten lucky. Tried to dump it off underneath on the check down. Nearly picked. Instead, it's incomplete.
Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum, big play, right in his hands, unable to come down with it.
A sigh of relief, no doubt, on offense if that fell harmlessly to the ground.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb.
I got you. I got you.
Fire.
They'll start the drive with a run by Gordon. And he's upended at the 6 as they double their room to maneuver on a pickup of 3.
And that's frustrating for a defense, because they've got them pinned down deep. And on the first play, they give up a run that keeps an offense on schedule.
Yeah, because 3 to 4 yards, that's all you're looking for right there, right?
That's absolutely perfect, really, as a play call. You get 3 to 4 yards on 1st down. That's what they talk about, Dust, all the time, about being ahead of the chains or on target, ahead of schedule. They were after that run. I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. They'd like to avoid punting from their own end zone so they could use something here on 3rd down. Looking to throw. Harrison, and it's complete. Henry, and they work this out past the 25. Last play, they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards.
I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you.
Now Gordon on 1st down. He'll have a 1st down past the 40. And he'll get this all the way up to the 42-yard line. Give him 15 yards on that one and a Charger 1st down.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense, because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
Let's go now. 60 outlaw.
I don't think you got it, son. Check 37.
General West.
They go back to Gordon here on first down. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 13.
Come on, set. 15, Lonnie. 15, Lonnie.
Screen. Watch the screen. Check 9. Check 9.
Now a 10th carry for Melvin Gordon. And very little room to maneuver. He'll get this down to about the 39. Just a yard there, so it brings up a tough 3rd and 12. The Chargers on 3rd down. They've been good. 3 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd down and 12. 2 minutes on the clock, 2nd quarter, 7-0 ball game. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. And a bit of a mistake there. This is well into the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. It hasn't gone particularly well for them. That's obvious. In these conditions, no points so far. They've got to get that offense on track. The question, how do they do it?
It is the age-old question, isn't it? And to me, finding a way to make sure your playmakers touch the ball without it being too exotic. Meaning you don't have to go deep down the field. Maybe you hit them on those short passes on the perimeter. Make sure you just turn around and hand it to your best runner and get out of the way. Don't cause any extra stress on your offense.
On 2nd and 12, Allen. He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. A gain of 4 on the play, and just like that, it's 3rd down.
Now that's often a surprise for the defensive guys when they see the big fella slide out of the backfield and catch the ball. Not something they usually go over in practice very often.
Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half.
I smell fear in that offense. I smell fear in that offense.
And here's Allen on 3rd down. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
Returning, it's Benjamin. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. A great return there of 22 yards. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over. The Charger drive about to get going. They'll begin with much more advantageous starting field position than they did on their last drive as they come up here 1st and 10.
Hey, Zoom.
Mike 50.
Get it.
On 1st and 10, Harrison looking for Benjamin, but it's intercepted. Picked off at about the 31. And the return stops just a little bit shy of midfield at the 48-yard line. He's had a fantastic rookie season, made a lot of lovely throws, but that wasn't one of them.
Well, we got to give him one, don't we? I mean, with the year he's having, a lot easier for he and his teammates to accept that throw because for the most part, what they've seen, it's been pretty sensational.
Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He may need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. Keelan Cole, the intended target, and it'll bring up third down. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on third down. On third down, here's Edwards. He's got a first down and then some inside the 40, and he'll be taken down at the 26. 4 seconds left, and there's the timeout. In field goal range and a chance to tack on 3 before intermission. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. And now we'll get a late timeout as it comes in the waning moments of quarter number 2. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. This a 43-yard attempt. And his kick is good. And that will do it for this first half. So we've reached intermission here in a low-scoring game. 7-3 is our score. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, not much has changed since we left you at halftime. The snow still continuing to fall as we are back underway. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
Ready?
The Charger drive about to get going. They have the lead now. They'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. So following the run by Gordon, here's 1st and 10. And he'll give it here to his running back. And some room to roam now.
We ain't giving up
nothing. And they do finally get him, but he takes it to the 25. A big hitter. That one goes for 40 yards. So 1st and 10 now in Buffalo territory at the 25-yard line. This is Gordon. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, got to like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
49, guys. Mike.
Ready?
On 2nd down, they'll run with Gordon. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. That leads us to a 1st and goal. It's a pickup of 8. We don't talk about it very often, but sometimes there's a dip in intensity when you start the second half, which can manifest itself in some sloppy tackling. And how about right there? He ran right through that weak tackle attempt.
Set. 70. Indy.
Watch the flag. Motion. Pop.
Now a carry for the fullback. This is Watt. And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
At the 8-yard line.
Nothing on first down, so the ball remains at the 8-yard line, 2nd and goal.
Hey, watch it. Shit.
Another tote for Gordon. He's been busy this afternoon. And he'll work his way closer to the goal line as he's got 5 down to the 3.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive. because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense get a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. They'll come out in the pistol. They've been so good on third down all day long. Can they convert another here on third and goal?
6-6, pull it high.
49's the mic. Watch 49.
Coming to you.
Now go.
49, guys. Mike, 49.
Watch twist.
Hit it.
They'll try and punch it in. Gordon. And he will get in across the chalk for a Chargers touchdown. Melvin Gordon with his 14th touchdown of the year, second of the game. The Chargers, they're able to widen their lead. The point after, no gimme in the snow, but it's up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away. This is taken at his 4. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line.
Let's go.
At their own 28-yard line.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
The last run got 6, now second and 4.
Watch the run. They're running it.
Under 10. 10. Go.
They run once more with Edwards. And he'll get 2, maybe 3, up near the 37.
That's it, baby.
That's some good tackling there to keep him short of that yellow line.
Yeah, defensively, all I'm thinking is that on that play, get me to third down. Get me into a position where I can make one more play and get my defense off the field.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on third down.
Hey, exit.
49's the mic. Watch 49.
From the gun, it's Allen. And he fires one, but incomplete.
We're into the second half now, and this is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. And not what he was hoping for there, as this will hit in the end zone for a touchback.
Their own 20-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going, and it's a unit last drive that did it all on the ground, Charles.
And they controlled it from the interior, big on big, right? Offensive lineman versus defensive lineman. But you know, in order to keep the football moving downfield, other people have to get involved as well. Your wide receivers, your tight ends, lead runners, anything that you have possible to get in front and keep the ball moving.
And now the defense may be looking out for a pass coming up. From the 22, here's second and 8. This is Gordon as they go to him again. 4 yards on the pickup there, as it'll leave him with a third and about 4 more for a first.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Ricky.
Get it.
Back to throw. Harrison. Open man, it's Allen. And he takes it in for a Charger touchdown. Keenan Allen with touchdown number 7 on the year. The Chargers, they're able to widen their lead. So on third and medium, they dial up the pass, and it works to hit the end zone.
And it's really not a surprise to me. That's a throwing down in the NFL because of how tough it is to run the football. But what offenses like to do is still show run formations to make them respect it and throw out of those. In this case, they took a nice shot at the end zone and made it pay off.
Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away. This fielded at the 2. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. A third quarter score now from MetLife Stadium. And not much trouble for the 49ers in that when they open the lead a bit further. Remember to keep an eye on the ticker, of course, at the bottom of your screen for updates on that game and others around the NFL. So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Regular. Recon, 132 fighter.
No. Check three.
The drive starts with a carry by Edwards. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. 10 yards, good enough for a Buffalo first down.
That was good, tough running right up the middle. And if the defense can't penetrate and make him slow his pace or change direction, that's often the end result.
Under a minute to go in this third quarter as they come up 1st and 10.
I'm going to run you over.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
Loss of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 39-yard line.
Bravo.
49's the mic.
On 2nd and 11 now. Allen. And that one got tipped. Kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd.
So much of this game is about leverage. We always talk about low man wins in the trenches. Well, it's like that in just about every position. And sometimes, if you lose that leverage and you're losing the battle, just jump up at the line of scrimmage and try and bat the ball away. And that's exactly what happened there.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Allen going to throw. And he's got Fitzgerald. And he's brought to the ground with another first down at the Chargers 39. So again from the 39, this time from the other side of the field. Here's 1st and 10. Back now in Buffalo. The Bills have the football, but they trail here as we begin quarter number 4.
49.
Mike, 49.
Hey, watch the ball. Half.
Check the backer. Shoot.
Check 52. Go.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. He goes full extension, and he's got it. This game not quite as good as the last, but still over 40 yards between the two. Defensively here, you've got the cushion, but back-to-back pretty big pass plays there. Bend but don't break, but are they bending too much?
I think that they are. To me, it'd be like playing basketball, and you put up a token press. Make sure you get up there and make them eat up some time. Make it a little bit of resistance so they can't just run it right down your throat.
And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. The line of scrimmage, the 7 now on 2nd and goal. And to give this time to the tailback. And he'll be stopped up after only a couple of yards as he gets it down to the 5. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that 2nd down is the time you go play action and throw the ball. I say commit to the run and think about it being 4-down territory.
And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to bring up a 4th and goal.
It's now 4th and goal.
They'll come out in the pistol. A field goal does you no good, so they're going to stay out there and go for it on 4th. Allen going to go on 4th down. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Uchenna Nwosu. And the Chargers hold tight down near the goal line. So they finally get their first trip to the red zone, and it ends with nothing.
And that's what I'm going to focus on with you because you teed it up really well. Finally get to the red zone. So there's got to be a little bit of frustration because they haven't moved the ball as well as they wanted to all game. Now they get there, but we got to go for it because we don't know if we're going to get back here again. We don't know how many opportunities because they've been sputtering a little bit.
Absolutely. At this stage in the second half, to get there and not get it for the first time, tough. It's a loss of 4 on the first down play. On this day, the ground has been his, but at least on that individual play, we just saw the defense finally with a win.
Yeah, they finally got one, and that's a win for them, but all game long, he's seen the holes, and they've been huge for him. Kind of like a baseball hitter in the zone. The ball seems bigger, and he's just whacking it. These guys, they got it going today.
2nd and 14. Oh, did he hang on to it? He did on the dive. Nice grab. 17 yards for the Chargers there as they've got themselves a first down.
I know it looks like fun to guys like you and me. We're up here in the booth and to everyone watching on television, but are you kidding me? In the snow, that type of a play, in the cold, you know that had to hurt to make that play.
I'm just mad he didn't make a snow angel while he was down there. Opportunity missed.
Let's see what you got.
On first down, Harrison going for the deep ball. Looking for Benjamin, but it's intercepted. Picked off at the 40. And a great return here gets this one all the way down to the 26-yard line. The rookie was trying to push it downfield, but the safety bit him.
And he'll learn that you have to hold the safety. And you do that with your head movement, your eyes, sometimes your shoulders. Hold the safety so that you can get back to the throw that you really want to make. He got so excited thinking his guy was open that he made it easy for the defensive back to go get the football.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete. Well, it just seems like all game long there hasn't been a lot of sync quarterback to wide receiver on this side of the football.
They haven't been on the same page, quarterback and receivers. Heck, they haven't been on the same grease board when you draw plays up. They haven't been on the same surface tablet that you look at on the sidelines. Nothing's worked for them. They've got to find a way to start matching each other's movements.
Derwin James, the all-pro safety, is a rookie there to knock it away. Allen now looks to throw. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. And this one is right through. And that'll get the deficit down to 15. Well, with that field goal, you can argue they needed to get back within 2 scores, and they did indeed do that, but still a pretty uphill battle.
Still got to take 2 fourth-quarter touchdowns to get back into it. And as you and I know, that's a tall order against any NFL defense. They're going to need their own defense to make some plays as well to give them an opportunity.
This one fielded at the 5. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line.
The Chargers take over 1st and 10.
The Charger drive about to get going. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
Tight end right. Everyone,
Ready?
They keep it on the ground. Again, Gordon. It's a first down and more for Gordon.
I'm all over you.
A big chunk of yardage there, 37 yards.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
Smooth.
Throwing on first down. Harrison. Blitz coming, and down he goes.
Hindsight is 20/20, partner. Maybe they should have kept it on the ground again.
Well, it almost looked like the O-line was run blocking again. I mean, they opened up a big hole last time. This time they opened up a hole, and the quarterback got sacked. Looking to throw. Harrison, and caught by Henry. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for 3rd down. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. Now, this is a big third down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop them here. So it's Charger football as we welcome you back from the 2-minute warning. They've got a third down now as they look for one more first down to help salt this one away. From the gun, Harrison. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked off at the 20. And he brings it back to right around the 26-yard line. The intended receiver there, Allen. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. And tough to win games if you're going field goal, field goal, field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
They're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder. It puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score. They're throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
Credit the secondary and credit the defensive game plan. They've been in his hip pocket all game long. They understood coming in that he was a big-time receiver.
Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. Allen going to throw again. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. They'll give him a yard on the play, and that'll lead here to a third down. This defense tightening up a bit. That last catch just 1 yard, making it 3rd and 9. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. And the Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. Allen. And this is incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And that's going to be just about all she wrote for this one.
Here we go. 70, Indy.
65, 65.
Hey, orbit.
He's coming. We got double up. 49.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 38. Jerry Hughes, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. Now it looks like he'll throw here. And this is complete. It's Allen. Touchdown, LA! Keenan Allen. His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. The Chargers, they're able to widen their lead. I tell you, Charles, you play to the final whistle, I get that, but there are a few folks that might not be too happy with that score late in the game with it already well in hand.
You seem a little squeamish about that last score.
I struggle with it. I struggle. But on the other, the argument, I get it, on the other side is, hey, do something about it. Stop them.
I'll guarantee you, I know who was really excited. Fantasy owners who had them. Hey, listen, get the points for me. They're not worried about hurt feelings or anything like that. That's just new age stuff.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. Now the Bills will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they get it with 16 seconds remaining on the clock. So after the sack, Allen and the Bills with work to do on 3rd and long. On 3rd and long, it's Allen. He'll get this one complete to Zay Jones. And down he'll go at the 25. And whistles, and they take their final timeout with 7 seconds left.
Brings up 4th down.
The Bills send the punter out. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. Now they're going to fake it from deep in their own territory. And he's not even going to come close to picking up the first. They stop him right at the line of scrimmage.
Here we go, set, 18, Gator.
All day. Hey,
Get it.
Victory formation time for the Chargers. They take a knee. They set the goal beginning of the year. Hey, let's win 7 games. Unfortunately, with this loss, they can't do it.
So now it'll be interesting to see how they respond as a team, because sometimes when you set goals, if you don't achieve them, you don't care anymore. You let everything else go. I want to see if they're going to continue to fight, scratch, claw, do whatever to try and get as many wins as possible, even if it doesn't reach their stated number.
That'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our hardworking crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, find us on Twitter at EA Madden NFL. With that, we say so long from Buffalo.